Flying Wheels and my Flying Wheels YouTube channel. Today is an exciting day because I have $65,000 and I'm going to a dealer auction with you. You're coming with me and I'm really excited to see what we end up with. I mean, like, it's like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get. With $65,000, we might end up leaving empty-handed. We might walk home with our Ferrari today. I have no idea what is at the auction. My name is Craig from Flying Wheels. You're coming with me today to the auction with $65,000 to see if we can find a Ferrari. Welcome to Flying Wheels. Can you believe we are at $65,000 in this flipping $400 into a Ferrari series? I have to tell you, so far, I think that Amazon van was one of my favorite vehicles that we've owned so far. I am up north. I'm driving an hour and a half down south to the auction today to see what we can come up with $65,000. Is it gonna be something fun? Is it gonna be something reasonable? Will they even have a Ferrari and then we finish this series, sadly? Will that happen? I have no idea. But before we do that, this old girl has been sitting outside for a week. We gotta get her cleaned up so she's presentable to be driving around in public, and then we're gonna head down to the auction. Oh man, I am so sad that this car has been treated like this. Look at all the dirt in here because she's been, oh my goodness, look at these wheels. That is despicable. How do you have a car like this that is that dirty? Well, I love her and she's a driver, and it rained on me and it's been sitting outside for a week and she's been neglected, sadly. So we're gonna clean her up and then we're gonna go down to the auction. Well, welcome to the auction, and today's fun because we have a ton of money to buy something maybe really fun, maybe not fun at all. Who knows? I gotta tell you, that Amazon van was one of the best cars I've owned so far. It was fun, it was easy. I mean, I literally cleaned it out with a hose. And today, I don't know what I'm gonna end up with. And to be honest with you, I'm nervous of what's to come. Like, where is our economy going? The Fed is raising interest rates again, which is scary because, I mean, if the interest rates get raised, people are gonna spend less money. So is it even a good time to buy a Ferrari? And that's what I'm worried about. Let's check out some cars. 2011 Grand Sport Corvette could be a good time. 04 Audi TT Quattro. Is it Quattro? It doesn't say Quattro. It is not a Quattro. And the difference between the Quattro and non-Quattro is obviously front wheel drive versus all wheel drive, but the front wheel drive TT came with 180 horsepower. The 225 came out with a higher output turbo with 225 horsepower in this tiny little rocket ship. This was actually the first cool car I ever bought myself for real money when I was in like my early 20s. I went and paid cash for almost a brand new one. And then I moved to Florida with it and had a lot of fun. Now here's a little bit of advice, and I want to share my logic with you for today. I am on vacation with my family. It's 4th of July week, boating and, you know, all kinds of fun stuff up at the house that I just finished. I left this morning to come to the auction for one reason specifically. You never know what's going to be at the auction, and this is the week that everybody takes off. So I'm expecting the auction to be dead. And, you know, for me to take a couple hours off, head down south and buy some cars at the right price, I can feel like I'm going to be the high bidder on a lot of cars today that don't meet the seller's reserves, but they could be desperate to sell some stuff. So if there aren't a lot of buyers, the prices could be lower. I mean, today could be a $10,000, $20,000 day. You have no idea, but when there's not a lot of buyers and there's a decent amount of inventory, I could really score some deals. So I could make some money because, like I always say, the money's made in the purchase, not in the sale. So if you score now, I can sell things for less money later and still make the same profit. And because the price is lower, I can sell it quicker, which means quicker profit. Now, a year ago, I would have absolutely considered a school bus because these school bus conversions are the in thing right now. People love to convert these into motorhomes for short money, but diesel fuel is expensive. People aren't traveling as much anymore, so it's probably not the best idea to buy a school bus. Now, campers are the same exact thing. What's tough about campers is there's always water damage. Like, I guarantee you this has water damage somewhere, and you can usually tell by looking like right up top. Yeah, I can see the waves in the top. And what stinks is that's a 2016 and there's already water damage in it. And then here's another fifth wheel. Like, these things just get destroyed and then the banks repossess them. I think this had like mouse damage or critter damage or something. Wow, this is really nice. I mean, not luxurious, but it's decent looking. I like that fridge. Wow, it even comes with the television. This stuff's usually stolen by now. Doesn't smell musty. I don't need one, but it could be interesting. Now, here's the thing with campers, just like the school bus. A year ago, oh, look at this. Is that all moisture? Wow, that's wild. A year ago, I was selling campers like crazy. Everybody was camping because, you know, it was like, oh, everyone was staying local. So camping, boating, all outdoor stuff. stuff in local areas was huge. Prices were skyrocketing. You couldn't touch a camper. You also shouldn't be buying campers 2020, 2021 because there was a labor shortage. There was a surplus of like demand. Like people really wanted campers, so they were just hustling them out, and they were just made terribly, like poor quality. I'll show you at the end of this video how my 2021 camper looks. It's like disgusting. But now things have changed. People aren't traveling as much because the fuel prices are not camping as much. Camper prices and the demand is going down. On top of, again, interest rates. They're not buying them like they were before. I have a 2021 way below book value. Literally not even getting calls. Like I said, I'm going to show you the poor craftsmanship on it later on in this video. There really isn't anything that tremendous, or like there are no standouts that's really sticking out in my mind today. And maybe it is because most people are on vacation, so the dealers didn't bring their high-end inventory. Here's a Ford Raptor, and I always do well with Raptors. So this is it a 6.2? 2010, 83,000 miles. Short bed, extra cab, not double cab. I do better with the 6.2s in the double cab or the crew cab. People just seem to like them more, even though these are a really great time. 2010 in New England, though, 12 years old. Let's check those rocker panels. This is usually where it rots terribly, and this truck's in pretty good shape, actually. The bottoms of the doors are perfect, too. I think that is a Ford Taurus SHO right there. 12,000 mile Ford Taurus SHO. Cool car, but it's not a cool car at the same time. One owner. Oh my goodness. A 12,000 mile Ford Taurus SHO. This is wild. Look at that radio. That is actually a Japanese radio, Nakamichi. Same that's in my Nissan Skyline. Now, are these the Ford Tauruses that come with a Yamaha engine? I think they do. I think the engine's made by Yamaha. There's nothing to this car, but it's still kind of a neat car if you were from the 90s, if you were born, raised, lived in the 90s. Now, what's cool is this car actually has 220 horsepower, which is more than the 95 Mustang GT had out of a 3-liter V6, and it still only did a 0 to 60 in 7.9 seconds. So it's not like, even though it had 220 horsepower, torque is low and it's still not fast. And for anyone that didn't know, SHO stood for super high output. 95 was the last of that generation. That one went from 92 to 95. That's kind of a neat car and a real survivor. How about a 2019 Audi A7 Quattro? Now we're getting into real money cars. Oh my goodness, this is so nice. Now here I am looking for like high-end supercars, which will never sell, versus like a 2019 A7. I can sell this thing no problem and love it while I'm driving it. Or just a regular Mustang. A 2014 Mustang GT, 70,000 miles would be a great seller for me. We could do well with this as well. Hey, here's another survivor, a 92 C4 Corvette with 119,000 miles. These things were dogs, but the leather's in good shape. Automatic again. Come on, man. Now, what's cool about the C4 is there were two gens of the C4. One had the round taillights, one had the square taillights, and another had, the second gen, I think was 91, had a change to dash. Instead of like that bumper pad they had in the 80s, they changed it to a more like curved, more futuristic look on the second gen C4. A Model Y could work. The only thing is this car here will be more expensive than me buying a Model Y from Tesla. It's not even worth me buying Teslas that are fairly new at auction. They're just too overpriced. All right, we did great on our Amazon van last episode, but oh, look at that. These things are too tall and people forget how tall and awkward they are, and then they wreck them. Sprinter van could work. This is an S. Oh, I thought this was gonna be another SS for our series. That is an absolutely beautiful Grand Sport. Wow. This could be fun. What is this, an old Bayliner with a 50 horse? Check out that dash. Oh, that is neat. Now, boats are a terrible idea to buy at auction because they're sold red light. You can't listen to it run. You can't see it run. All you do is get to look at it physically and assume it doesn't run. And they still go for a premium. So I've never had luck buying a boat or watercraft or anything from auction. I do love that dash though. That's cool. All right, that's it. So today's gonna be short and sweet. We're gonna go to the auction, see what we end up with. I mean, is it gonna be a Corvette? That is the first car to run through today. So we could be in and out and back up north in no time if that's the case. But really, who knows? Like, I could be buying cars to sell retail at my shop too, which is another reason why we're here, to buy as much as we can for as little money as we can. All right, let's go on the auction, see what we end up with. I was bidder on that Corvette at 34, sold for 36, which is too much money. And I was also bidding on a 2019 Range Rover, but it went over my $65,000 budget, sold for 67, so no luck so far. How do I do this to myself? That thing is appealing to me for some weird reason. All right, I haven't bought anything yet. Let's see if we can come up with a Corvette to take home. I used to buy these things for like $6,000 to $9,000. This thing has 119,000 miles on it, so that's probably right. But in this market, it could be over 10 grand. And I was just told the top doesn't work. Starting at 8,500. Oh, there we go.
47, 48, 49, 5 grand.
I'm the high bidder at 5 grand, and it's too far away. They won't sell it. All right, I think I bought my Ferrari flip vehicle, and I'll tell you what, it is not a Ferrari. But I'm going to tell you a couple other things too. Right now, gas prices are high, interest rates are high. People are thinking differently about what they're spending their money on. So what are they buying? Fuel-efficient cars, economical cars, right? So the demand is high on that stuff. So the prices are high on that stuff. What are people not thinking about as buyers like myself? They're not buying diesels because diesel fuel is $6 a gallon. But in my Duramax, I get 22 miles per gallon. My wife's Denali, she gets 14 miles per gallon. So for the extra $1 per gallon, I'm actually getting better fuel economy. And the prices on diesels are coming down. I've already done a Duramax video where I stole a Duramax and I sold it for a profit. I'm going for round 2. Let's check out this truck. There it is right there, a 2015 Chevy Silverado 2500 Duramax with Denali wheels. Did I say Silverado? Yeah, Silverado LTZ Duramax. Extra cab, leather, heated and air conditioned seats. This is a beautiful truck. Now it has 140,000 miles. A year ago, this would easily be a $30,000 to $32,000 truck at auction. Today, I paid 23 plus fees. So I probably own it for like 23.5, maybe 23.7. I forget how much their fees are. Now this is a workhorse of a vehicle, a 6.6 liter turbocharged Duramax diesel engine with an Allison transmission. This is an army tank. Businesses are still conducting business. Businesses still need trucks. People aren't thinking about these things right now, and I'm grabbing them and I'm scooping them up and I'm still selling them because people still need this stuff. Suburbans come down, Yukon Denalis came down. Anything diesel is like real low, so I am scooping them up as often as I can because listen, there's still brodozers, there's still diesel guys, and there's still people that need the power that comes out of diesel engines. So I'm scooping them up on like a fraction of the prices, pennies on the dollar, and then I'm still selling them for a profit. Shoot. Now I was looking at vehicles and I didn't look at this truck and I didn't see that check engine light on there. So luckily when I go to the auction, I have a tiny little OBD scanner that I bring with me. Thanks to Carly, we can plug it in and check it out. Let's see what codes we come up with. I've been holding out on you guys. Carly is the OBD2 scanner that I use, because look at how little this thing is. And I'm gonna show you how I use this. I've been saving it for the perfect integration, and this truck is it. So Carly's an OBD2 scanner that I just plug into the OBD port. I'm gonna connect. So now I have a full dashboard specific to this vehicle. It has repair guides, it has engine live data streaming. I'm gonna get my free report, and they email me everything that they've come up with. Coolant temp below, immobilizer key was wrong, glow plug number 3, circuit short, electronic brake control module, body control module. This is essentially a manufacturer grade product. You can code BMWs, you can code Volkswagens with their VAGCOM service. They offer a free version and also a 12-month licensed version, which is the upgraded version of their services. I'm actually gonna be giving this one away to somebody. So if you wanna be the lucky winner, all you have to do is like this video, subscribe to my channel, and comment Carly in the comments section. I'm gonna pick one of you guys in the next video to win this product. If you wanna get it yourself, there's a link in the description down below in the first line, and you can enter the code Flying Wheels for a discount. Now the good thing is, cab corners, rockers, bed, all solid, all clean. These things tend to get pretty rusty and crusty, but in 2015, you know, it's still a fairly new truck, even though it's a plow truck. Now, do I keep the Boss frame on there or do I lose it? I don't know. Now, the other one they want to sell is this one. This is a 2015 Ram with 115,000 miles. Good tires, good body, fairly clean truck. The only thing is, it has that Hemi tap. That actually sounds like a rod knock more than like a lifter tap. Let's listen to that again. Yeah, is that a lifter tap or is that a rod knock? I think it's a noisy lifter. Now they want 7, I was the high bidder at 5. Both are probably still great deals. To put a Hemi engine in this is probably another 4 grand. Let's see what this thing is worth. Scan the VIN, it plugs in the mileage. This truck is worth 14 with a good engine at auction. 9 is low wholesale, 10 is low wholesale, 10 is low wholesale, 12 is low wholesale, and it has, a title brand frame problem. So it's been an accident, has frame damage, and it needs an engine. 7+ fees is too high. I'm gonna turn this one away, but I did get that Silverado for our Ferrari flip. Now back to that Silverado. MMR, which is like Manheim Market Report, which is an average of what that vehicle has sold for in the past 30 days. The Duramax has an average sale of $31,000. Now MMR is high because the market is crashing. So I can't go off MMR, and if you're a dealer, neither should you. But if I go to like Kelley Blue Book low or Black Book low or JD Power, let's do JD Power, which is the lowest. 27,475 is what that truck is going for at its lowest wholesale value. 3 owners, no accidents. I paid 23 and change with the fees, so I'm way ahead on that truck. And by the way, like I had said before, that Model Y right there that's leaving sold for more than it is retail because of the market adjustment. So somebody could have bought that from Tesla, brought it to the auction, and made a profit on it, and that's why I knew I wasn't getting it. Now this Corvette, I was the high bidder on, and Corvettes are volatile. Like, it's tough to tell what they're worth now. I was told the top doesn't work, which scares me a little bit. You can see here, this is worn out. So I don't need like a super project right now, heading into like, it's summertime. I don't want any deep projects. They said they couldn't get the top to work. Maybe they just couldn't open it. And if that's all it was, I actually know how to fix that pretty easily. 5 grand is a good deal on a Corvette convertible right now. The SHO is going through in a minute. I have no idea what this thing is worth. Now, exactly what I just said, I just bought that 07 Yukon Denali XL. Running rough, but I paid $1,700 for it. It's worth that in wheels and tires, and people just aren't buying those things right now. I stopped bidding at 6, and I probably should have kept going. So here is my other pick for the day, an 07 Yukon Denali XL. Funny, I actually came here saying I buy a ton of these. Those wheels with good tires are like 800 bucks right there. I paid $1,700 for the entire truck. Leather, DVD, sunroof. You should have dual DVD. Nope, single DVD. Sunroof, nav. I could part this thing out for triple the price that I paid for this car. Not that I want that type of work or headache. Here's why I got it so cheap. Start.
Look what I'd have to
Oof,
time.
that's not good. There is a severe misfire in this thing. Now it's running, but it's running rough. I'm hoping coil and plugs. It feels like there's a misfire in there. We'll try our Carly OBD reader on this one. I already know that it's misfiring, but by how many cylinders and what else is going on with it. But for the price, look at that. It hasn't passed inspection since October of 2018, so a year behind. It expired in 2019, and that's not good. And look at what's happening here. But I mean, it's a gamble that I can't lose on it. That price range, it doesn't matter. I can put an engine in and I'm still way under book value on it. All right, so that's my day. Grand total on that Silverado Duramax, $23,450. So I paid $450 in dealer fees, or like auction fees. But before I even get into that, here's my favorite part of this car. Ready? That, oh, I love how it sounds. And I'm gonna lower that. Let's unlock it. Let's lower the top. Can't see the engine in the hardtop convertibles, unfortunately. Very Knight Rider-ish. The other problem too is when I wash my cars, water sits in here. Kind of a bummer because like you can see the hump, all the water kind of just sits and then you get the dirt and debris right there. Completely unrelated to my Ferrari flip series, but let me recap something, and it's important. Now, I'm on vacation with my family. I'm up at the lake house that I just built. I'm having fun. I woke up early to come to the auction. My wife isn't completely happy with me because I left her with the kids and I'm not doing family stuff on vacation. I'm working instead. But I came here and I bought a truck that could potentially make me another $5,000, like fairly easily. I got to hang out on video with you guys, and I got some time to myself too, which is kind of neat. All of which is good. So like it could potentially be like a $5,000 day just because I got up out of bed and didn't do mini golf with my kids. And to be quite honest with you, these vacations happen because I do these things. So in the next video, we're gonna clean up that Silverado. We're gonna see what's wrong with that Silverado, and then we're gonna sell that Silverado to see what kind of profit we're at. Now we're at $65,000. Whatever profit we have after expenses on that Silverado is just gonna keep rolling into the Ferrari flip. And we're like seriously into Ferrari flip money. The only problem is a cheap Ferrari ends up being an expensive Ferrari, if you know what I mean. Think of that, it makes sense. So I get to start shopping, but I don't know what I'm gonna get. Like maybe a California, maybe a 360 Modena. I don't really know, but that's like probably realistic Ferrari money right there. Guys, for now, I will see you later. Thanks for watching. Hit the notification bell. That way you get notified the next time we make another video in this series so you can keep up with it. Just like there's a bell right here. Hit that bell. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. Thank you very much. I'll see you all later. Adios.